Hey, it's time to dish with D. That's me. Thank you for clicking on this video, making yourself a priority. I am Denise. It is Wednesday, and Wednesday is challenge check-in or summer reset check-in. Week 1 is finished. So how did you do? What did you choose? Let me know in the comment section below from that list that we posted last week. And if you have not yet joined, and this is your first video seeing about the challenge or reset, I try not to call it a challenge. I try to call it a summer reset, but challenge just comes right out of my mouth. I will also link in this video the link to the PDF where I have all the things listed that you can choose, and it's just healthy habits. It's a healthy habit reset, because sometimes we get a little lax in our habits. It's the nature of the beast. We're human. We are human, and sometimes we just slack off. You know what? The only negative thing is not realizing it and not fixing that. So you're here watching this video, you give a crap about yourself. Why did I even say crap? I don't know. This came out. But you give. You care about yourself. And this week I thought we would talk about, if you saw the title of the video, size matters. Because sometimes it does. I'm talking portion size. Wherever your mind's at. I'm talking about portion size. And I think a lot of times, a lot of us, well, I can speak for myself, my portions were out of control. I didn't know what my portion was. Honestly, I just put on my plate what I wanted. Well, that's not always the best idea, is it? No, everything has a portion size. Everything has a portion size. Now, like, go in your Weight Watchers app, put in boneless, skinless chicken breast. Scroll down to the nutritional information. There's a, or it might even be on the top. There's a portion size, ounces. It's usually, I think, 3. It's either 2 or 3 ounces. Maybe it's 1. I think it's 3, but so there you go. And it's chicken breast. And you said, well, it's a 0-point food, Denise. I don't need to weigh and measure it. Weight Watchers says that, but as a person on a health journey, and I feel like you need to know what you're eating in order to see what you need to tweak. Be 25 ounces of chicken, go ahead. But I'm saying I like to weigh and measure everything so I know, and I put it in my tracker that way. It's just a guide for me, for future Denise. It is a guide for me. So, and like things like pasta. I don't eat pasta. I don't eat rice. Well, because they get the connotation of being not the best choices for us, because they're carbs. Carbs are not a bad thing, but there's always a but. They have to be kept in check. So you need to know how much rice you're eating, how much pasta you're eating, how much potatoes you're eating. You know, and you don't realize what a decent size when you like weigh and measure. Like back when I was first started Weight Watchers, when it came to potatoes, I'm like, oh my god, potatoes! How am I going to do that? And then I realized that an ounce of potatoes is 1 point. I believe it's 1, yeah. And that's it for a breakfast. That's a that's a doable size. Most times I had 2 ounces. It's 2 points, which if you're having a 0-point egg or eggs, 2 points for your potatoes, and you have a 0-point protein. Double slice of Canadian bacon, which 1 slice is 0. Okay, so you could build on that. So definitely weighing and measuring makes a difference. It does. Like my example I give all the time is, I don't, my kids, I have kids and they like macaroni and cheese, and I can't eat macaroni and cheese because it's, well, yeah, the portion you used to eat didn't work. But if you look at the back of the box, you'll see the portion of that mac and cheese, and you weigh and measure that box mac and cheese. I bet you could fit that in. You look at it and we just see the negative. I want you to look at things and see the positive. Like, yes, you could have everything if you weigh and measure it. And sometimes, like, we were just talking about this yesterday at Glam Squad, potato chips. Now, whether you have regular potato chips, baked potato chips, protein potato chips, there is a serving size. Now, if you weigh that, definitely should weigh that in grams, because it gives you on the back, if you look, it gives you the measurement in grams. Because chips are not whole, it'll say, 12 chips. Well, how many times do you get 12 whole chips out of that bag? And all sizes are not created equal because some chips are bigger and some chips are smaller. So it definitely pays to invest in a food scale. And if you don't have one, I will link one on Amazon that I use, the Oziri food scale. It is, I think it's like $12. It's very inexpensive. It does a great job. You put your plate on there, you tear it out, you weigh your chips. But the best part of that is if you have half of that serving, it's still a decent amount of chips. Like, it just depends on the brand, because every brand and every, just some, chips are more forgiving and some are horrible. So it depends on the chip. But definitely weigh and measure snacks. Nuts. Guilty. Hi, I'm Denise. I'm guilty of not measuring my nuts. This video may be taken down by YouTube. We need to, again, go to the back. What is the serving? What is the grams? And get your little bowl out, Denise, and measure your nuts. Whether it be almonds, pecans, walnuts, filberts, pistachios. I love them all. I mean, and some nuts are better in points than others. Some are higher in fat than others. But you know what? They're good fats. Always remember that. Yes, it's high, but it's a good fat. It's kind of like avocado. Why do you think avocado became a 0-point food back in the day? Because, yes, it is high in fat, but it is a good fat. There is good fats and bad fats. I think I did a whole video on fats. If I remember to link that in the iCards, which is over there, I will. I remember it's where my watch is. I will link it up there. I did a whole series on each week. It was a couple years ago now, where I talked about fats, I talked about carbohydrates, I talked about proteins, and different reasons why they are the way they are. So did I put it in a series? I don't think I did, but I will link the fats one. If you're interested in any of the other ones, they're probably not too far from that one, but let me know and I will definitely find a link for you. But yes, size matters. In my opinion, we'll talk about salmon. And I do kind of talk about Weight Watcher points more than anything because I feel like a lot of you are on Weight Watchers. And I feel like that's the genre I'm just so used to. But salmon. Now, salmon is 0-point fish. It is. There's a lot of good omega-3 oils in that. That's why if you ever cook salmon, you see that, some fish fry dry. Salmon, always when you're done, there's just a little puddle of oil. It's good fat, but then again, would I have more of a portion of that salmon than suggested? I would not, because of that reason. But I definitely think that portion of salmon is fine. So definitely, if that is something that you need to work on, that is definitely something to reset with. Portion size, being cognizant of what you're eating. I think because we're just used to, for me, I just slapping it on, and I realized 80% of my weight probably came from portions. Because I never changed the types of foods that I ate. I still eat regular pasta. I still eat San Giorgio pasta. I'm not buying any special pasta. But it's the amount of pasta that I eat that is different. So it definitely is, it's a learning curve, because at least for me, and I can always speak for me, I was heavy since I turned, I think, 11 or 12, and I was in puberty, reached puberty. I couldn't get that out. I gained weight I was a size little 6X from, my mother would tell me, I had the same uniform from 1st grade to 4th grade. So I was very tiny. And once I had 5th grade and puberty hit, yeah, I just blew up and I never stopped. And so I was heavy for probably 40 years of just eating what I wanted when I wanted and as much as I wanted. So for me, definitely it's portion size. And I know that. And sometimes it's hard because I'm always going to want more because I'm just used to that. So I know, I said, you've had enough. And I talk to myself. Talk to yourself is always a great thing. Reason with yourself, say, you've had enough. You have the portion size. You're eating enough. You're not eating less. You're not, so I always have to remember, because it seems like I'm on a desert some nights. I'm oh my God. But it's just because I'm used to eating too much. And still, I've been on this journey faithfully since 17 is when I went back to Weight Watchers, I believe, or 18. I started in 16. I was back and forth, 16 and 17. We'll say I think it was 18. I think I joined when Freestyle came out. That's how I know. When Freestyle came out. So I've been pretty faithful since then. So it's not been too long. I mean, I spent more time heavy than I did not, where I'm at now, which my doctor says is a very healthy weight. So I always remember that. Just because Weight Watchers doesn't think it's a healthy weight doesn't mean it's not. Only the physician likes your weight, so I'm good with that. But yeah, so I always have to remember, it's going to take me a while. It's going to take me a while to realize that, yes, I'm satisfied. I mean, I definitely tell this to Timmy, and I'll tell it to you, like when I'm eating, and I'll stop for a minute, and I'll be like, are you still hungry, Denise? No. Are you satisfied? I am. Could I eat more? Sure. But we don't want to get that full feeling. And that to me, and I can always tell him that, if you get, that's what he's used to, because it's what you're used to. I said, that means you've eaten too much. You don't want to have that, oh, I'm full. No, you want to be like, I'm not hungry anymore. And I did a video on that a while ago about Europeans. I took a nutrition class, and it said people in Europe, parents, and they'll say to their children, are you hungry? And they'll say, no. Not, are you full? So we say to our kids, are you full? Do you want more? Are you full? No, we have to say, are you still hungry? And they'll be like, well, no, not really. I mean, I'm not hungry. But yeah, and I think that's the thing. Like, we look for that full feeling, and that's our satisfaction. And we have to reset the brain to that. And it's not going to come overnight. It isn't. It's going to take look at me. And here we are, 2024, and but I'm better. I'm definitely better. But am I ready to sit there to say that I'm totally have a great relationship with food? No, it's not going to happen in 1 year. It's not going to happen in 2 years. It's not going to happen it's going to take probably a good 8 to 10 years for me to sit there and say I have a really great relationship with food. And so I could sit there and say I think I'm healed from my bad habits of eating. It doesn't, because it's a lifetime of bad habits don't happen overnight. And realistically, knowing that is kind of like, okay, because when you mess up, it's like, I messed up. And now, is everybody different? They sure are. So this is just a general, this is my experience. I always try to say, this is Dish with D's experience. So that just give you that. But I said this in a video, this was Monday, and I liked it. And somebody mentioned, I thought I'd bring it here again. It's like, you remember the movie, Build It and They Will Come? You Feel the Dreams? So this guy built this field so all these ghosts came and played baseball. Well, I thought, build a healthy habit and weight loss will come. It might not come today and tomorrow. It may be a couple weeks, but you will see results down the line. And that's what you have to look for. You have to stop with that instant gratification. That's a hard one, because we want instant. We're human. We want to say, all right, I've been on plan all week. Why isn't that scale moving? It's just, as long as you know and you've done the best you can, you have to dust yourself and move on and realize that scale does not define you. And I'll also leave it another fun quote. I had a lady at my Weight Watchers meeting a couple years ago. She said, she gets on the scale and she said, the scale will not define my week. The scale will guide my week. Which is, interesting. It guides her. It doesn't define her week, and it shouldn't. But that is what we have to measure our success by. Is that hard? Yes, it is. Because we're human. I keep saying that because we are human. And we need to see something to continue, to motivate us. But we need to be self-motivating. That's a hard one. We have to be self-motivating, knowing that you're doing the best you can, making these good choices and those changes for your health. Not for the number on the scale, not for a dress size, but for your overall health. And you will feel better. Like, all right, the scale's not moving, but how do you feel? Do you feel better? And if that answer is yes, then that's what you have to think about. I know it's hard, but that's the thing that I think about. I wake up every day energized. I wake up every day like wanting to do this and do that. And, I just got creative this morning. In fact, I'm vlogging today. And I got up with a creative idea for breakfast. Should I share it with you? Because you'll see it tomorrow. Okay, I will. Shh, don't tell anybody. But I was thinking of cottage bun, which I absolutely love. And I thought, what if I throw a banana with the cottage cheese and oatmeal and make like an oat cottage bun? You have your carb, you got your fruit, you have your dairy, and your protein. It hits pretty much every note. And I'm like, oh, it just sounds so good. So that's what I'm having for breakfast this morning. So, oh, I'm a bit excited. I don't know if it's going to work out. So if you don't see it tomorrow, maybe I'll talk about another video. Like, yeah, I tried to make this and it was a flop. So I don't know how it's going to make out, how it's going to cook. But right there, if you, and like I said, it's, and yes, I use 1% cottage cheese. So it will not be traumatic in points, honestly, but it's breakfast. And with hitting all 4 notes of that, all 4 points, it's going to be good. So I'm hoping. I think I'm going to make it maybe snail, put a skinny syrup flavored. I don't know. I haven't thought of that far yet, but that's a creativeness. And I'm like, I feel like it's coming back. I feel like it's been gone for a while. I think I've said that, but I feel like my creative juices I have a good idea for a fun video for the summer. I'm excited about. I'm like, oh, it's good for me and good for you. I'm excited about that, but we don't want to talk about that yet. But back to size matters, because ladies, sometimes it does when it comes to portions. Yep, you could have anything. Like same thing with deli meat. Oh my gosh, deli meat gets a bad rap. There's a portion size for deli meat, and most times it's 1 point, and you get 3 good slices. Yes, there's sodium in there, so if you're a person who's sodium sensitive, I wouldn't have it. But you can get low sodium lunch meat. They have them. If you go to like Sam's and BJ's, they have those really beautiful packs of meat, and they're so really, really decent. I'm still trying to find the turkey pastrami in mine. Mine does not have it, but well, that is it for this week's challenge. I won't make it too long. So let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you chose, and I will link that PDF again if you haven't seen it yet down below. So I hope you're having a great week. And like I said, if what you chose last week, you want to change it up this week, why not? It's the spice of life. So thank you for watching. And like I said, how do I join this challenge, this reset day? You just comment below, say I'm in, that's all. Watch these videos, comment, thumbs up. Let me know how you're doing, and let's interact. I love that you guys interact with each other, and that's so fantastic. So I'm just the cog that gets the wheel moving, but you guys move the wheel. So that is it for me. If you've not hit that subscribe button, we're doing this challenge, hit that subscribe button. Join us here at Dish with D, where we are summer resetting our healthy habits. Build it, and weight loss will come. And let me know if you're up for that. And I will dish with you another day. Ta-ta for now, my gang.